Alright, welcome to learning goal number 4. For learning goal 4, we are going to learn how to use input-output tables to find missing numbers. And we're also going to use that to help us find the rule and equation for a given input-output table. And this will all make sense shortly, but make sure you write that down first on a new page of paper. Another quick thing to note, input-output table means the same thing as function table. Oops. So make sure when we talk about function table, input-output table, they mean the exact same thing. So make sure you pay attention to that. Alright, so our vocabulary you need to know for today is function table, also called input-output table. And all that means is that there's a rule that's going to pair one input into one output. And the rule is always going to apply no matter what. So you put a number in, something happens to it, and out comes another number, and that's always what's going to happen to it. So the way I like to think of it is like a machine. So no matter what you put into a machine, the machine's always going to do the exact same thing to it, no matter what. And then something is going to come out of it. Alright.
So here's an example. Looking here, once again, we have our input and then output. And we have to try to figure out this rule. So I'm looking here and I see 1 to 4. And right away I'm thinking, oh, I can add 3. So 1 plus 3 equals 4. But I'm going to try that here and I have 2 plus 3. Ooh, that doesn't equal 8 though. So I know that can't be my rule. So I have to go back here and think, okay, 1 to 4, 2 to 8, 3 to 12. I'm seeing a pattern where I think I might need to multiply by 4. 1 times 4 equals 4. 2 times 4 equals 8, 3 times 4 equals 12, 4 times 4 equals 16. So, multiply by 4.
Woohoo!
That is what we need to do. And just to point out once again, whatever you do one time, you just do over and over and over again. So,
my dog's in the room.
So, moving on. Now, what you'll notice is we have another input-output table. It's just flipped to the side a little bit here. So, we're looking here, and I'm going to let you explain this one, right?
That's fine. You were doing good. That was good. Alright, so we flipped it on the side, so now we just sort of like took the table and went whoop, to the side. So we've got our input to our output, 2 to 20, 4 to 30, 8 to 80. So what am I going to do to get from 2 to 20? What am I going to do to get from 4 to 40, 8 to 80? So again, you know, we could go back and try and add, but you can see automatically that is not going to work. So I'm going to think multiplication because we're going bigger here. So to get from 2 to 20, I have to multiply by 10. I'm multiplying my input by 10 to get my output. To go from 4 to 40, again, multiplying by 10. So that's working so far. 8 to 80, multiply by 10. It works every time. So when I write my rule in words, that means whatever I would say out loud to someone, like what I'm saying right now, I'm going to write that out in words. So this one is going to look like this. After I get all my pretty pictures done. The output is 10 times the input. So again, it's in words. The only number is the number 10. Everything else is written out, spelled out clearly. Okay, and then there's one more step to get a complete full function table. And there you go.
Okay, so same problem here. The output is equal to 10 times the input. Now we just have to, well, we get to shorten it. So, we're going to use these variables here. I for input, O for output. So my equation is going to be the output equals 10 times the input.
You could also write 10 times the input equals the output. It could, the equal sign could go on either way.
We could even do input times 10 equals output. So many choices. Here's another one that we're going to walk you through. But you will want to write this in your notes. So take a moment. If you need to pause, feel free. Write down or draw this box with the rule in words, the equation, the cars, the numbers, and the wheels. And we will go through this. So once again, when you're ready, you're going to look here and you're going to think about, okay, I have 1 car and then 4 wheels. I have 3 cars and 12 wheels. What's my rule here? Well, sort of what Mrs. Bush was saying earlier, you want to think about that in words. So if I was, if we were talking, I would probably want to say something like, well, for every car,
Mm-hmm.
it sounds like I have 4 times as many wheels.
Mm-hmm.
So, hey, look at that. There are 4 times as many wheels as cars.
Perfect.
Our equation then would look like wheels equals 4 times the amount of cars.
Mm-hmm.
So the last thing that we would need to do is then figure out here our question mark. So what would we do here? 5, or the amount of cars, times 4 would equal W, and what do you think? It should be 20.
Yay! Alright, now it's your turn. So again, you're going to draw another empty chart that is filled in just with what we have filled in. And this time, we're not going to walk you through it. So if you need to know how to do it step by step, this is the chance for you to go back and rewatch it again if you need to know how. If you don't understand it, then again, you have a chance to ask questions later because you're going to be doing the summarize and the question after you're done. So in this case, we're comparing packs of gum to sticks of gum. So if I have 1 pack of gum, then there are 6 sticks in it. So 6 sticks for every pack. So if I have 4 packs of gum, I have 24 sticks of gum. So your job is to fill in this empty place, and my missing number. So if we look back at our learning goal, you're going to use the function table to find the missing number. You're going to find the rule and the equation. That's what you're doing right now. So that really wordy learning goal we said sounded confusing. Now you got it. And I think we're going to do one more example for you to bring back in your journal.
Yep, one more. So once again, you're going to do your rule in words, you're going to do an equation. The only difference here is you're going to notice there's boxes of pens compared to pens. And so you have to look, and you'll notice that there is a larger number on the bottom. You have to just come up with the smaller number for the boxes of pens. So good luck.
When you find your equation, make sure you plug this in the right spot. All right?